We are looking at the Rochester, Minnesota market report through October 31st, 2011. And quickly we can see, again, the continuing signs of increasing the sales, the pendant homes, the listed homes over 2010. So for the third straight month, we have sold more homes than 2010. We've pended or wrote contracts on homes more than 2010. And then we've listed more homes than 2010. And it shows 3% increase in October over last October, 18% in pended homes, which are homes that had the contract written on them. They may have already closed, but some of them probably have not closed yet. But this is just the original contract is written on the home. And then listed homes is up 10%. And then the last 3 months, if we take a quick perspective of that, that's 18% up in sold homes for the last 3 months over 2010, 24% in pended homes, and 16% in listed homes. That is going to lead to having a much better November and December and also January and start to the 2012 year having those numbers be up. If you're looking at buying a home, the two price points that had the most homes come on the market, so the freshest inventory that you may not know about, there's been 22 homes that hit the market, and this is residential Rochester, in that 200 to 250 price range and also at the 120 to 140 range. And then we talked about the trifecta, but the one that's really causing this to happen is this pendant homes is continuing to outdo 2010. And for the sixth straight month, it is up. And these aren't just small numbers. It was 46 in May, 37 in June, 50 in August, 6 in September, and then October, it's up to 18%. So it spiked again. That's nice to see. And this is an interesting number. So we're selling more homes this year than last year, but the problem has always been, or the problem has been that the days on the market are up versus 2010. So being up in days on the market is not a good thing. So we're up 11% year to date. But if we actually look at the last 3 months, we've been down versus 2010. August, it was 128 for the sold days on market. September was 108. October was 127. And the reason why year to date that we're down is, again, that beginning of the year we had that tax credit that went through the month of June, and that tax credit had a lot of sellers putting their home on the market just to take advantage of it, and it would sell pretty fast. So it kind of skewed the year-to-date numbers a little bit. That 2010 is going to be tough to compete with for the year-to-date average days on the market. But if we look at the last 3 months, that's great to see that we are down this year versus last year. So if we take a little closer look here, and we're going to scroll down, and we're going to look at year-to-date home sales. Year-to-date home sales, we are up 5%. There's 1,344 versus 1,276 last year. And then the average sale price is also up 180 to 176, and that's up 2%. Average days on the market, like I said, was up 11%. So it's 136 this year and 122. But if we look at those last 3 months, it was down at 108, 112, and I believe it was 110. List price versus sale price, it's actually about 96% versus 98% last year of the original list price. So down 2%. And again, that gets skewed a little bit with that tax credit throwing that wrench in there, because those homes would get on the market and they would sell pretty close to their list price. So that kind of threw a little wrench in there. Sold homes to listed homes. So this is the number of homes listed versus sold this year. And 60% of them are sold versus last year, which was 54%. So that is up 7%. And this is showing us right in this section here, just highlight this, is, I did that wrong. Okay. All right, so we're looking at for the last month what's sold and what is up. So we're seeing the 2010 sales down here, and then right below it is saying if it's green, means we have more this year than we did last year. So there's 9 in this category through for the month of October. This October there was 10, so it's up 11% versus last October. So you can pause the video and take a peek at each one of these price ranges, see which ones were up for the month. And then the one that I like to look at a little bit more is which ones are up year to date. So we can see lower end homes here are up significantly this year. So I can see up 28%, so it's 39 versus 50 this year. And I can quickly spot those. So if I had listed my home and it did not sell last year and I'm in one of these price points, I may want to look at possibly relisting my home. And same with these high-end homes, 400 plus, 27% increase this year. And then at 500 plus, it's 130% increase. So 20 sold homes last year through October. We're at 46 this year. So if you did try selling last year, I would highly recommend relooking at the market now and talking to one of the Keller Williams agents to get you some more info on this, because we can look much deeper than what we're showing here. But we want to give you guys as much education on the market as possible. So again, you guys can pause the screen at any time. Just take a quick peek here, and this is again year-to-date residential home sales in Rochester. So you can quickly see the top price range is 120 to 140 this year, and that is 13% of the market. 200 to 250 is, 140 to 160 is actually in second there, which is 11.7% of the market. And then this one is 151 homes at the 200 to 250 price range. Now if we scroll down, we can quickly see, this is kind of interesting to look at. And this is something that we tried to fix this year over last year with that tax credit. So this is each month the number of residential homes sold in Rochester. So we can see in January there's 52 this year versus 57 last year. So we were down 9%. And then up 21% in February, 88 versus 73. And then March we were down 3%, 104 to 107. And then here is where we were down 17%, 135 versus 163. The tax credit here it got the push here that it was going to be ending in June. So we can see in May, which was very nice to see this year, we actually outdid last May, which had that tax credit behind it. We had 213 versus 208. And then in June, 254 in the month of June. We had 215, which is a decent month in the month of June, but it just was not going to compete with last year, so we were down 15%. But look at what happened last year, 254 all the way down to 89. It dropped almost 200. It dropped about 160, 170 homes in 1 month. And that's what we tried to avoid this year because we knew that was going to happen with that tax credit ending. But now we drop off from 215 to 153, so just a 60 home drop versus that almost 200 home drop in 1 month. So we knew it was going to dip a little bit, but just not causing that massive fall off. So we can see a dip. And then ever since July, we've been up in home sales. Up 72, up 47, up 8, up 3. And we're forecasting to be up in the month of November as well. And December, it does look a little bit down right now, but that could easily change. It's not going to take much to get that up. So that is sold homes. This is new listings. And you can see this. We just talked about the tax credit. But March and April, people got wind that that tax credit was ending, so everybody threw their home on the market. So these are the homes that went on the market right here. You can see that in 2010, and then they ended up selling in the following 2 months. And that's where that quick days on the market and that closer to list price took effect. So you guys can quickly see that. And we can see that the last 3 months that we've been talking about, we have been up in new homes on the market, 181, 164, 142. Each month they're up 10%, 25%, and 14%. And obviously we're down year to date because of these initial months, but we can quickly see that we are starting to turn things around after getting rid of the history of that tax credit. Now this is the pended homes. So this is homes that had a contract written on it. We talked about the last 6 months have all been up, and they've been up significantly. The red again is 2011, the blue is 2010. 46, 37, 41, 56, and then 18. So having these up like this is going to cause the home sales, because those homes will eventually close, and that will cause those to be up versus 2010 as well. So we can basically predict that these 2 months are going to be up, and December should be up here. Once I get a few more numbers in here, that projection should be able to change for that December. This is showing the new homes that hit the market. So again, you can pause this and quickly, if you're looking at a certain price range, you can see how many have hit the market. And then just go to the kwrochesterwebsite.com, and then you can basically search for these brand new homes right on the market. So again, it's just kwrochester.com, and then from there you can find one of our agents as well. I'm just going to scroll through this real quick. This is just showing the current active inventory at the end of October. So this is showing how many homes. This is the first one here is single family homes. How many are out there on each price point, and how long have they on average been on the market. So the two hot price points, 120 to 140 and 200 to 250. There's 84 of them in this price range, single family homes, 76 in here, and they've been on the market for 150 and then 119, as you can see. But you can pause it and quickly spot yours. This is going to be townhomes, and then this is going to be condos right there. And then lastly, we're just going to take a quick peek at the year-to-date home sales. You guys can pause this. I won't digest too much of this, but this is showing that we're up 5% year-to-date, 1344 versus 1276. And we can see that we ended with 1482 for the month of 2010. We don't have November and December numbers yet, so that's why it's still sitting at 1344. But once we get that, we should be able to definitely surpass our 2010 totals. And this is listed homes right here. And we definitely are down on our listed homes. We've been down throughout the year. We're down a total of 10% on the new homes coming onto the market. And again, that huge spike during these months is what's causing. So we ended up with 2,000, almost 2,400 homes that hit the market in 2010 residentially. And we're probably we're at 1984 through October, so we'll probably be in that 21 to 2,200 range for inventory that came on the market in 2011. Now, if we look at average sale price, this is going month by month, the average sale price. And year to date, we're up at 180 versus 176. And then we can see each month what has happened. So you can see a little higher end here, sold in July and June was a higher end area. And now it's dipping a little bit, but now it's climbing back up again here in October. And then lastly, this is what I talked about a little bit, was the average days on market for the sold homes. So being up 99% of the times is a good thing in real estate, but this is the one category it's not good to be up on. So we can see that April, May, June, July, and March, we were up. So in the red line is how long did those homes sit on the market that sold during March. And then the blue is going to be how long did they do that in 2010. So 2011 is always red on all these charts, and 2010 is blue. I may have said 2000. So 2011 is red, 2010 is blue. But April way up versus last year. But this is, look at this dip here, and this was, all those homes came on the market here, and then bam, bam, they sold right here. And it was a ton of homes, which is causing the year-to-date number for 2010 to be better than 2011. But now if we actually look at, once the market is back to a normal market, we're actually doing way better, or I shouldn't say way better, but we're doing better than 2010. So the last 3 months, 128 versus 137, 108 versus 128, 127 versus 131. So hopefully that trend continues. That's a good sign that the homes coming on the market are taking less time to sell than they have in the past. And then hopefully that's just a trend that can slowly continue and help us getting back to that stability. So that is your market report for October 2011. Again, kwrochester.com. You can get all of this information. Search the homes right from there, and then also find our agents, and we can get you guys much more detailed information on this as well.